everyone. I'm Paula Gilbert, the editor of Connecting Africa, and I'm here at MWC Kigali in Rwanda. And with me is Ayman Essam, who's the Chief External Affairs Officer at Vodacom Group. Hi.
Hello, hi Paula. Thank you for having me.
No, thanks for being here. So you've only been in this role for a few months. So tell me, what's it been like? A few weeks, yeah. Okay.
Couple months, yeah. So it's been it entails a lot of knowledge, a lot of so there was also the moving part of me moving because now I'm based in Johannesburg. So that's moving from Cairo to Johannesburg and getting to know the team and getting most of them I've worked with for a number of years, but I mean getting to know to the ground of things and trying to understand how things are run from the Vodacom Group side. So it's been quite interesting and I'm enjoying it.
Okay, great. So what exactly does the role of external affairs, what do you cover exactly?
All right, so the role of external affairs covers a number of things. Covers the regulatory piece, which is quite an important part of what the Vodacom Group is all about. So regulatory is very important. It requires public policy, public affairs, hand in hand working together. These are two separate functions from the Vodacom Group perspective, but eventually they work hand in hand to reach the best regulatory outcomes for Vodacom Group. It also entails the external comms part, which is the part that looks after how do we communicate our passion, our mission, our vision, our activities to the outside world. It also includes internal comms, which is how do we work together, how do we communicate our messages internally to the Vodacom all staff across the footprint, and it entails some other, I would say, so there's also the ESG part, the purpose part that communicates to how we deliver our mission to the world. So yeah, that's more or less the. I hope I'm not forgetting anything.
Seems like a lot of things that you cover.
Yeah, well.
So what would you say are kind of the key strategic priorities maybe for the next year that you're focusing on?
Well, it's not only for the next year. It's so our purpose in Vodacom is to connect for a better future, and to connect for a better future. This would continue to be what wakes us up in the morning. That's the passion of everyone who works in Vodacom Group. So this strategically entails a number of thinking about how do we reach out to partners, how do we make lives of every citizen in Africa offer a better life for every citizen in Africa. So from offering fiber connectivity, connectivity to rural, women inclusion, financial services. Now we're also thinking about venturing into more and more activities that would be beneficial for our government customers, for our enterprise customers, like data centers across the footprint. So a number of priorities keep coming up, and especially at this time where there's a true revolution on digitization that is happening on the continent, and Africa's voice is becoming much more important. And of course, there's the AI piece that everyone in the world is talking about. And now at Vodacom, we're also considering what part do we play there, and how do we hand in hand with partners in the continent offer a better opportunity to place Africa in this AI map. So that's what's been keeping us busy, I'd say.
Yeah, a lot of important things there for sure. You also spent many years at Vodafone in Egypt. So I'm just interested, what kind of were the lessons that you learned in that market, or the ideas that came out there that you want to kind of spread to other parts of the group?
So I would say there was a lot of learnings there. Fraud management and how do we safeguard our customers across the continent is one very important angle where I would say Vodafone Egypt is a little bit ahead with this. The relationship with governments and regulators. So after many years of struggles of trying to unify the view of everyone, finally the guys in Egypt got it that we all have the same goal in mind. So the citizen, which for the government is called the citizen, for us is called the customer. The citizen's well-being is at the heart of everything we do. So one good practice there is we're all aligned that this is everything we do is for the betterment of the citizen, and how do we take it there. So that's a practice I'd like to offer to my other colleagues and stakeholders across the continent.
Okay, very interesting. So at the event here in Rwanda, you spoke on a panel about elevating Africa's voice in the global digital dialogue. So I'm just interested, what do you think the role is of telecoms operators like Vodacom, in elevating this voice?
So there's the official part where we're a big part of how this industry is shaping, and we advocate for that. And this took shape recently in the B20 discussions, where we came up with recommendations on what is good looking like for Africa's digital future. So this was important part. There's also the part about how do we work together with partners. So one thing we recognize is we cannot claim digital unless we have a smartphone in the hands of every citizen in Africa. So how do we make this happen? So in Vodacom Group, we have this mission, we have this goal of reaching to 260 million subscribers between now and 2030. And for us to do that, we need a lot of connectivity to happen. We need the enablers like the smartphones. We need fiber connectivity. We need to make sure that we are partnering with the right partners in the ecosystem. And of course, we need the support of policymakers and regulators to make this happen, because, as I said, we are all looking at the same picture, and we all want the same goal. We just need to realize that so we can put our hands together to make that happen.
Yeah. And what was maybe some other key takeaways from that session that you found?
I think the key takeaways were how we should all, as an industry, collaborate. And by all, I mean, it's governments, policymakers, regulators, partners in industries, partners in MNOs, in ISPs. So we can all find a platform for collaboration if we agree that this is the goal and we need to have a true impact in the citizen of Africa life.
And do you think that there's sort of a desire for that collaboration, that people are kind of coming together and wanting to do that more? Did you feel that from the event here?
I've seen it in the event, of course, in the session yesterday, and I've seen it in a number of interactions so far in around the continent. It's just these things take time, because yes, people have the view, but the approach of how to get there is what needs a lot of work on the ground for this alignment to be happening. But I think we will get there, because we are realizing in Africa that we are a little bit behind when it comes to the digitization track. And it's about time that we need to come together to catch up, and especially nowadays with the AI coming. We don't want to be left behind in the AI world. So yesterday, Vivek Bevna, the Secretary General of the GSMA, was saying that the languages of Africa are not contributing to the data sets where computers are learning, the large language models are learning for the AI. So that's an important revelation, that we need to understand that if we are not coming together now, we're going to miss the opportunity for having a seat on the table for shaping how AI is looking like. And then a few years from now, we will be sitting and reflecting and saying, oh, we've missed it. So I hope everyone is realizing this, and I'm sure we will all collaborate in a timely fashion to make that happen.
Okay, great. Well, I think we'll leave it there. But thanks so much to Ayman Essam, who's the Chief External Affairs Officer at Vodacom Group.
Thank you, Paula.